Hello. Welcome to Sunday Driving Game. I'm Kris Roberts, and today we'll be playing Midnight Club Los Angeles. It's an Xbox 360 game, and today we're going to be using a PC that I put together just for the streaming, and hopefully things work. So this is the first real test. I set it up yesterday. Things seemed like they were going pretty well. So let's see how it goes. Looks like we've already got a couple viewers, so that's cool. Welcome, guys. Feel free to ask questions and stuff in the chat. I'll do my best, probably in between races and stuff, to take a look and see if there's any questions or stuff like that. But yeah, Midnight Club Los Angeles. It's been a long time since I've played, but it was the last game in the Midnight Club series that I worked on at Rockstar San Diego, and it was a lot of fun. So let's see, I think there's no save game, so we'll be starting just totally fresh. My goal today is just to go through a lot of the initial career and see how it goes. Yep, I need to create a new save game. Okay, autosave is good. Let's put it on a hard drive, just in case. So yeah, in chat, if there's any issues as far as technical stuff with the levels of the mic or glitches of the video, do let me know. I'm really curious to see how my new streaming PC works with the console. All the previous streams that I've done have been with the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, just using the integrated Twitch client within the console. So this is a new experiment to have a HDMI capture card and a PC that's dedicated to doing it.
I was given your number by a mutual friend, Tony. He said you could hook me up.
This introduction brings me back.
What you looking for?
Something fast.
Tony.
Not too expensive, around 2 to 3.
And when you getting to town?
Day after tomorrow.
No problem. I know a guy who can sort things out. Tell me, can you drive?
I can drive.
Modesty. Interesting. You ain't gonna fit in around here.
And not sure I plan to. So where do we meet?
It's a fast food place on Sunset, right? It's an old train car. The joint is named Carney's.
So there's a lot of things.
Down, man. Police are all over us at the moment.
There's a lot of things in this game that actually do harken back to my personal experience in childhood and stuff. I lived in Los Angeles, that's where I grew up, and we used to go to Carney's all the time. My friends and I on Friday and Saturday nights, going down to Hollywood and Sunset. It's a pretty big deal. So of the 3 introductory cars, I choose the 240 SX. I like the rear-wheel drive.
Nice car.
Handling and stuff isn't quite as good as the Jetta,
So you book?
but
So they say.
I like it.
What?
Man, don't tell everyone.
Trust me, man, I won't.
Man, you're funny. You're like Tony. You one of them funny East Coast guys, huh? You here to do stand-up?
No, are you?
Book doesn't need a stage. People laugh at him just walking down the street.
Whatever you say, Nikolai. Your girlfriend found me funny.
She did.
Ooh.
She was confused, wondering why you dressed like you're playing golf.
It's been so long since I've heard this dialogue.
Anyway, what you here for?
Race some cars, man.
What you mean, race some slow cars?
Don't make
There's a lot
fun
of
of
kids
car.
hanging around down on the strip, right between Rodeo and Fairfax. Go race them.
Rodeo.
Then we'll talk.
Okay.
Good luck, homie.
Is that anywhere near
Come on, y'all,
Cahuenga?
let's get something to eat. See if they could do me a burger low carb.
Enjoy.
Wow. Okay, so this is going to be our very first race. That's our opponent. Let's see if we can go get him. Okay, first of all, I need to adjust the settings a little bit. For me, I pretty much need to have the controller be stick automatic. We'll switch to manual later once I'm a little more comfortable. It's been so long since I played this game, I don't want to embarrass myself right away. So that's all good. And I'll also switch camera to cockpit for now. And we'll see how it goes. So, back up.
Hey, Buck. Where are you, man?
I'm
I
racing.
thought you was ready to get busy. My man Henry's waiting for you on Sunset. When you find him, just flash your headlights.
Okay.
All right, fool. We finna get it on.
We'll
Meet me
fumble
at
some
the
figuring
starting
out which
line.
buttons the headlights again.
Whatever you say, tough guy.
You on one if you think you're fixing to win the day.
Yeah, I'm on one. On a mission to win.
Here we go. So starting out, I've got no nitrous, no special ability. Just me, this little 240SX. Rookie mistake. Looking at the mini-map. It's best just to look at the checkpoints, see where the arrow's pointing, try and get the hang of it. But honestly, it's been so long since I've played. I'm probably going to get lost in a few of these races. Maybe he's pretty far behind, so as long as I just stay calm, don't have any head-on collisions or anything, should be fine. And it's just that easy, so pretty good. Cool. Yeah, a couple questions in the chat about performance grade upgrades and stuff like that. I don't even think we have access to the garage yet, but that's probably one of the first things we're going to do.
Look, I thought you might call.
Yeah? Sounds like you've been settling in. I've been hearing good things.
Okay, so the mission log is where you keep track of all your races and options for
That's big talk.
events that you
But
can
you
enter.
ain't proved nothing yet, but I got a guy for you. Dude called Trevor, full of it like you, but he could drive. He hangs out on Sunset.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm supposed to find Trevor.
Missions are stored in your GPS.
Sunset Strip
Once the
Race.
mission's been received, it can be reviewed or targeted. Use your mini-map to help you navigate around the city. The arrows point you in the direction of the destination you've targeted, but it's up to you to choose your route.
Okay, seems pretty straightforward. There I can see him in the world. Hey, Trevor. So let's race.
Flash your headlights to let this fool know you want to race. He'll race.
Let's race to the start, kid. Gas is cheap, right?
Crazy. Okay, so for this kind of event, we can actually race to the start. If I can get myself off the pole and get going. So if there's cops around and stuff, we don't do these intro race to the starts, but they're kind of fun.
Stop driving like a 2-year-old.
Stop driving like a what? Okay. No real problem. He's pretty far behind.
You're so out of your league here, your brain is going to explode.
You'll be slipping on the brain goo, dude.
Okay. So for a lot of those turns, you can take them really wide. The best thing is to try and just keep a constant arc with the steering so you can keep your speed up.
Get ready for a surprise, big man.
So even though it's only been, I guess, 2 races so far, he's already being trained as far as the AI, and the dynamic difficulty is adjusting. So by the end of this race, it might actually start to get hard as far as his ability to keep up in traffic. Just remain calm, focus on these. My biggest flaws are when I look down at the mini-map, or actually when I try to talk while I'm driving and make more mistakes. So if I get quiet during races, it's probably just because the anxiety is so high.
You're barely holding on in first place.
Barely holding on. There it is, right there. And I think this is where we get introduced to the garage and everything. Pretty sweet.
Watch what you watching. Fox keeps feeding us toxins. Stop sleeping, start thinking outside of the box and unplug from the matrix doctrine. But watch what you say, big brother is watching. Watch what you watching. Fox keeps feeding us toxins. Stop sleeping. Don't turn it down.
No, this is the first hangout.
You turns down one ways. Seriously, homie, 5-0 was all over my ass.
Yeah, man, they're chasing all of us.
Oh, okay, so y'all the real deal, huh, homie? Real street. Okay, anytime you want to race with some slips, come on down to the beach then.
And what did it be like last time? When one of your friends refused to give up his car?
Man, hold up, man. Put some brakes on that. First of all, he wasn't no friend of mine, more like a
So
business
funny.
associate. And second of all, I think he felt that you offended him.
Whatever. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up?
I gotta get on up out of here, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later, Lester.
Wow. Way to be a jerk,
This my
Lester.
boy, give it up. Oh, man, we gotta work on that.
So have you, man.
And you gotta work on shutting your mouth, fool. Man, I knew Tony was right. You can drive.
You know I
Keep
can
that
drive.
up, you just might make a name for yourself.
Yeah, you know what? Trevor and his boys race out of this parking lot. Go race some of the locals, then I'm sure they'll let you roll with them.
Hey, man, I was gonna tell him that.
Hey, thanks. And I need a mechanic. You know someone?
You should speak to Carol.
Yeah,
too
my
tight.
man Carol.
Yeah, his man Carol. He's got the best shop and private dealership in town. It's on Sunset in Old Hollywood.
Cool, thanks.
Races are marked on your GPS map with unique icons.
Awesome. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to the garage.
You can tell how difficult a race is by the color of the icon.
Go to the garage, see if we can do something about tires. Paint the car at least. Wow, it has been a long time since I've seen a lot of these assets. But it was fun. This was one of the best games that I remember working on as far as like my own personal satisfaction. Really enjoyed it. Okay, so Carol's the guy who operates this garage, which should be able to do some initial performance upgrades.
I'm telling you, Jeff, the ignition timing is off.
I'm working on it.
It's too tight.
You books, buddy?
Yeah, I guess.
It's too tight. You don't look like a trust fund baby masquerading as a movie producer. Why on earth you hanging out with him?
We've got friends in common.
Fair enough. No kind of good taste, eh? What can I do for you?
You tell me?
This is a full-service shop. Performance, body, lights, paints, vinyl, whatever you want.
Whatever
I
I
can also
want.
get you new rides. Serious rides. No waiting list.
Great, man. Thank you.
Hey, there was just a guy in here, Martin. Also a friend of Book's. At least he was till he got bored with the scene. Or any scene. Nothing organized. That's his new vibe. Said he'd be on the strip, you know, right, Scirocco. You interested?
Maybe.
Fair enough. Let's see you around.
Okay, let's see what we can do to our little car.
Whatever, Papi.
There we go. So, manage vehicles, customize vehicle. Yes. Every time you want to do anything to it, you got to repair it. You have the option of repairing between races and stuff. So, let's see. Performance. Usually, the best value is tires. But let's see what we have unlocked. We can do exhaust and nitrous on this page. and at least one level of tire upgrade. So I've got $5 grand, 1,200, money well spent. Can I afford to do the nitrous? Yes. So definitely nitrous is going to help. Why do I keep pressing the wrong button? Okay, and exhaust. So definitely accept. Yes, I want to check out. Okay, so I've got $1,700 left. Can I at least paint it and stuff? Most of the time, I just make them black. So front, side, extra, rear, all the interior stuff. Color. I don't want to do interior color. Okay, so that's just all the cosmetic upgrades for like body parts. So let's just do paint. And I do have $1,000. So let's say gloss or metallic. Primary color should just be black. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so done all the upgrades I can. Got nitrous, got new tires and an exhaust, so that should help a little bit. And let's take her back out and see what she can do. Yeah, those are the stock rims. Come on, you got a problem? Looks like we do have a couple of viewers. That's cool. If you guys do have questions about anything, let me know. On this game, I was the designer who tuned pretty much all the vehicles, did all the performance upgrades, the cameras, the controller input, all the stuff for the AI in terms of the police and the traffic systems. A lot of systems, a lot of balancing and iterative tuning to get the cars to feel good, cameras to look good. But when it really comes down to it, most of what you do in the game, as far as like your actual player experience, was stuff that I worked on. So if you have questions or whatever, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna take a ride. So pick out an orange race. My goal is to not really work the. Let's see what Carol's got to say. Not to really work the dynamic difficulty too much. Yeah. Suppression. Red light racing. Okay, so Carol's giving me an objective to go beat Martin in a red light race. I think that was. I'll double check on the map and see if that. I think I highlighted the guy doing the red light race. Yeah. But is that Martin? Yeah, it is Martin. Okay, so we're all set. My official title, I was a game design vehicle specialist. There was another fellow, Jeff Pitzadney. He and I were effectively co-lead designers, but I think in the credits he ended up with the title of lead designer. Like most things, there's a story about that. Okay. And the cops can be brutal, so I'm going to do my best to not upset the cops in free roam until I get a much more performant car. Basically, to lose the cops, you have to get like 2 corners away from them. So there's a cop coming up. Okay, he's far enough away, I don't think he's going to bother me, so I'm just going to come up and flash this guy with the lights.
This dude is a red light racer. Racing from the nearest intersection to a landmark on the other side of the city.
Okay, so these are really sort of procedural. It's going to pick a place, and we have to go. Little camera work there to hide loading the traffic and everything.
Let's race, baby. First one to Santa Monica Pier. Go on the green light.
Okay, this is going to be a far race with no real checkpoints in between, so it's going to be a little bit of a navigation challenge to get there ahead of the other guy. Oh, got 1 nitrous. Got a pretty good burnout at the start. Shouldn't be any significant problem.
I'm gonna be the first to laugh when you wrap that thing around a lamppost.
just going to go west from here. Yeah, we can already see the beacon for the checkpoint there in the horizon. Most of the props are pretty trivial to hit, but if you hit parked cars or you hit another car in traffic, it can stop you pretty much dead. Those kind of poles and stuff you actually can't hit. It's amazing. If you're going over a certain speed threshold, it actually just translates the car around them, which helps a lot, because those poles look really silly if you hit them and they become destructible objects, but we need them for lighting and stuff like that. So we came up with a solution where if you drive into it slowly, it stops you just like a normal prop, but if you hit any real speed, you just go right around it. In practice, it works pretty well. I don't encourage you to hit the poles, but if you accidentally do, it's not going to stop you or spin you out too much. Okay. So I'm going to turn to cruise.
I'm not gonna lie.
I expect I've either got another challenge coming up, or I'm all the way down there. There's the police. We're going to go back and do this orange race. It's sort of a mid-difficulty, unless something else comes up along the way. And look at that. Something came up along the way.
I'm tired of these LA fools thinking they're something special. Maybe an out-of-towner can show them how to really drive. They're looking for one more player to race them on Sunset.
Why would I waste my time with a bunch of pompous jerks when I could be talking to you?
Okay, so Fumiko.
Meet them on Sunset.
Fumiko just gave me that challenge. There's this guy who's a red light race. He's red. He's in like a GT50. I'm not going to do that right now. My little poor car would not handle it, and I would look foolish. So it's going to be a little bit of a ride, but I'm going to do Nikolai with this Camaro concept. So the way the GPS works, you set your destination, but then you pretty much have to navigate driving it. And keep in mind, this was 2008, I think. You know, Google Maps and on-dash navigation systems, I mean, they existed as dedicated hardware and stuff, but most people didn't have turn-by-turn navigation in the car. Looking back on it now, it seems like we really should have done procedural pathfinding to help you get from point A to point B, especially long distances like this. So I can look at the minimap and I can see on the edge where the opponent is, but sometimes you'll end up going the wrong way and having to basically drive all over town to get where you're trying to get. Traffic a little bit there. So hopefully, now we've got a few more viewers. You guys can hear me and stuff okay. This is the first time I'm using a dedicated streaming PC. So obviously there's no Twitch client for the Xbox 360. So this is an experiment as far as like, you know, working with a new PC that I built yesterday just for this. Well, we'll be using it as a regular gaming PC and stuff in my office as well, but the primary intention was to get something good, solid, that I could use to stream. I have a little AverMedia HD encoding card, and at least in the tests I've been doing, it seems like it's working pretty well.
Head on to the start. That's
Okay,
great.
so that was an immediate start where I just flashed him, and now we gotta try and get to the end. Oh, donk. Headlong into the limousine. Okay, I might not be able to recover from that. Let's see. Looks like there's a shortcut here if I take this out. That's the way he was going. Yeah, the finish is right there. So, ooh, a rockstar barrel. So you collect those, and you get cheats and stuff. Wow, it's been a long time since I've seen a game where we have that kind of mechanic. Okay, so I didn't win the drive to the race, but that's not important.
much head start do you need? Please, for once, shut up.
Okay, so I think this is the first race we've seen where we have multiple opponents.
Take it easy, man. Just a tap.
I think he hit me. I don't know what he's talking about. So you don't need to drive through the actual smoke proper. You know, there's a lot of times there's a really forgiving radius that you can go around. And it's totally up to you to figure out how to get from point A to point B. It's not like a linear racing game where you put up barricades or anything.
Exactly like a woman.
Which has its advantages and disadvantages, definitely. So let's see if I can do a slipstream. Pull up behind this guy. Ooh, we even get a tutorial.
Hang on and then let it loose.
So you come up behind him, you can see the trails build. There's a little meter down there by the speedometer. As that fills up, you get a boost that's effectively almost as strong as the nitrous, but it's free because you get to use as many as you can. The challenge is to use it intelligently, so you don't just go right into the opponent or traffic like that. So that was probably not the best use of my first slipstream turbo. Well, let's see what we can do. Hopefully I can catch back up. I think we're still early enough in the race that should be recoverable. See, like that, I just hit the pole, but we didn't get this down. Hectic.
Back off, man! I am disappointed in you. I wanted a good race. Not cool, man.
Okay, so I came in third. But the reality is that's good enough. And actually, this is one of the things that was a sticking point for the development team. On all the previous Midnight Club games, I think players were trained that you had to win. You had to come in first place to progress. And the way we did it, you know, for this game, a podium finish is fine. You can still progress, and it's great. And the reality is that actually trains the dynamic difficulty system more intelligently. If you restart the race, restart until you win, you're actually training it to be more difficult. So depending on your racing style and stuff like that, you could be just shooting yourself in the foot. Taking a second or third place every now and then might be a little bit of a bruise to your ego, but the reality is that the systems will adapt to that way better and give you better opponents than they would normally. Okay, so I'm going to focus on racing a little bit and not talk quite as much. If I can get out ahead, then we'll see, but that was a terrible start to this race.
I think you need more practice.
Yeah, I just need to practice. It's been like 5 long time since I've been into it.
Pull over and let the big boys race.
I love that oversteer.
You're not so good, yeah?
That guy came out of nowhere. That might have been a waste of my nitrous, but sometimes you just start from a stop like that. We don't need to get back up to speed. Crunch. But at least I found another collectible. Get off the barrier. finishing. So that was kind of embarrassing and really, really not the kind of example I want to say. So 5th place. I'm not sure in the series if I can recover from that, but we'll see what we get. So I'm going to do next race, and we'll see how it works out. Yes, I'll like to repair.
I'll be waiting for you.
Hey, Nicky boy, you really think you can beat me?
No big love for a guy with such a pathetic car.
Oops, hit the wrong button. I'm going to switch into the first-person camera just so I can focus a little bit more on what's important rather than seeing the cockpit. Crunch. Okay, so this race is going to have the police in it.
1 Lincoln 4 at 1097, joining the pursuit.
Okay, this definitely feels like it's
Try and lose him.
There's no way this vehicle's street legal. Yeah, 10-4 on that. We have a real situation here. This is really getting dangerous out here. Copy that.
The cops are kissing your bumper, man.
Oncoming traffic. Stay on target. Okay, so all there clumped together. Ooh, I forgot, you can actually recharge your nitrous at gas stations like that, so I should have used one right before driving through the gas station.
Copy that. Any unit in the Century City area also needs assistance. Suspect is heading eastbound Olympic Boulevard.
Now be advised, we are not dealing with a stock vehicle here. Definite 10-4 on that.
Okay, those are the wins that really feel good. Most of the race I was behind, able to get a few good slipstream chains together, pull it out right at the end. That's good. That's the success. That's the kind of, end of race experience that we want. Whew. Actually got my heart going pretty good. Okay.
So, you won. So what?
Yeah, I won. Okay, now I gotta lose the police. Okay, so the easiest way to do this usually is to find a small block where you can basically get a couple turns ahead of the police. Once they lose line of sight, they start to go into a search. But they're pretty good at following where you were before.
Stand by, dispatch.
Lincoln 4 standing by.
Okay. They're going the other way.
I'm gonna stay in the area for a bit. Who knows, this guy might,
I'm gonna go hang out here for just a second while they cool down.
Roger that.
No, the cheats that you unlock with the Rockstar collectibles are actually in-game. You can, there's a whole little menu that you can go in and activate stuff.
One Lincoln 4, I'm breaking off pursuit.
1 Lincoln 4, copy that. All units break off pursuit. 1014, monitor your screens for additional information.
Okay, so the cops are cool. Let's find a good thing for our progression here. Okay, I think I'm going to go back and find Nikolai, was who I set my last waypoint to, so follow him.
It's the prep hop gangster. Homie, you better start showing some respect. I'm the only one who's got your back around here, despite your awful farm boy jobs.
Okay, okay. Don't get your boxes in a twist. I'm only being friendly.
Hey, I'm being friendly too. You'll know when I ain't. For real. Listen, I got some fools who want to meet you. They hang out at this Chinese restaurant near the studios. Maybe they'll think you're funny.
Do they race?
What do you think? I'm not setting you up on dates here. You're ridiculous.
Okay, so we'll go to books, books guy. So every time there's a new thing on the map, it's got the exclamation point. So we'll go there. I think it'll be our first hangout. It's a place on the map where you can just go and get races, find opponents, choose a difficulty. One of the things about this game is there's no problem finding content. Races all over the place. So yeah, a couple people in the chat are talking about always restarting and stuff, which, you know, honestly is my intuition too most of the time. But I've kind of gotten past that, and especially recently I've been playing a lot of Forza. And, you know, if I'm able to get a podium finish and progress through career, it's sufficient. You know, I'm not under the delusion that I'm, you know, need to be first place all the time. And especially in this game, you know, there was a lot of debate about how the dynamic system should calibrate and work based on player performance. And the way that it shipped, you know, is pretty aggressive as far as ratcheting up the difficulty to make it so that the races are challenging, and it can kind of overshoot what your aptitude might be. And the reality is the only way to really train it back down is to, you know, come in second or third, or even like a good last place finish every now and then helps keep the system on track. But, you know, I guess, truth be told, we probably could have done a better job of communicating that to the players, because I think a lot of people just, you know, constantly reset and then trained it to be hard. And they were frustrated, I mean, and legitimately so, when the races are too hard. Okay, so here we are. Where's the?
Check it out.
Here's our Chinese food restaurant.
Oh, so you're the guy book sent. Didn't think you'd show.
This is a local hangout. These guys run local races out of here. First one to win 3 races wins the series.
Okay, so you can beat the hangout by doing the series.
Ain't no thing. Beat me at the start line.
Hope you're ready to bring it, baby.
Okay, I think we got this one. Oh, Wilshire Sprint. I do remember this race. Should be no significant problem. Slipstream turbos, totally artificial, silly even, but it's so much fun.
This is your shot at the big time, baby. Don't mess it up.
Right past these hills. There's the end of the race. Don't choke, don't choke. Use my nitrous. Spin out at the finish. Awesome. Okay, so a little bit more conservative. Didn't have any head-on collisions that time or spin-outs. Worked pretty well. Okay, next race in the series.
Alright, man, see you at the start.
So somebody in the chat, let's see. Josh was asking about how the difficulty works. I'll probably explain it during the next loading sequence because I don't want to get distracted here, but there's lots of parameters, about half a dozen or so that we had to manipulate in terms of how the AI drove, and we would adjust those. Rubber banding was a thing, but like I said, let me focus on this race and then I'll talk about the difficulty in the next loading screen. So my goal is just to race clean, not have any head-on collisions. A lot of the time, if you're just a little bit more cautious, take a good line. I mean, it's a racing game, but if you focus on being clean, it's a lot easier to stay out ahead. But one of the criticisms we have is that the AI is usually right behind you, waiting for you to make a mistake. I haven't heard a lot of these songs for a long time either. It's amazing. Racing through the chain yard always gives me a willies. Lots of little physics collision possibilities that can mess you up. Now we're back in the road. Somebody just passed me. There's the end of the race. Stay on target. Final turbo. That's how you do it. Okay. So yeah, dynamic difficulty. You know, it was complicated, but basically the grossest thing that the opponents can do is pick the cars that they're driving. So based on the base model of the car and the performance upgrades that it has, there's a spectrum that any car can occupy. We did a lot of profiling as far as running the cars through standard races that we used the benchmark what their performance levels were, so we could categorize them. And based on your car's performance index, we could pick opponents that were within a bracket around you. So the first thing that we would choose is what kind of cars you could see in a race. So again, let me just focus on this and then I'll talk more about the difficulty next. brakes, slow down. That's another thing that a lot of people want to drive with the throttle on all the time. And just like real driving, real racing, knowing when to slow down and having appropriate speed for a turn is often more critical than how fast you can go on straightaways. Okay, so short race, watch the cross traffic. There we go. So, picking the opponent selection is the first thing that usually gets determined, and when you pick a green, orange, or red race, that's the most clear indicator of the difficulty. And then there's parameters for the AI in terms of how aggressive they can be on the throttle, if they've got limitations that keep them from reaching their top speeds and stuff. Like I said, I think there's about 6 parameters in the AI brain system that we would use, and basically all the AI difficulty would determine how hard the AI could race. A lot of people talked about rubber banding being a flaw, and have the perception that the AI would be teleported or translated around the map to catch up with you.
Hey, I hope this isn't a social call. I got enough friends.
You're all charm, Book. Trust me, I don't want to
Okay, so this is our first opportunity to actually win a car. So let's go win the Glass Camaro.
Do against little old Nikolai. Go find him on the strip. He should be in a 1969 Camaro SS.
Yep. Okay, nice car. Let's go win it. Okay, did I actually set the waypoint? Let's go. Yes, okay. So, it's also cool he's not too far away. One of the things that did happen near the end of development were optimizations for... oh, did I clear the waypoint? Hold on. I want to race to Nikolai. Where'd he go? Yeah, okay. So there are optimizations to the way the traffic bubble works. You see as we're driving around, there's traffic. If you look behind you, there's traffic. But to the sides and to the distance behind you, we actually would cycle out the AI or the traffic pretty aggressively. And that kind of bit us in the butt, because a lot of the balancing for the AI performance and how effective we expected them to be was based on them weaving through traffic, just like the player. But when the optimizations came in, let's see if I can not get this police car upset at me. Yeah, go away, please. Okay. I still get the hair on the back of my neck going up when the police go right there. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is activate the one just about to start a race. Okay. So this is an example of a time when we can't do the race to the start because the cops are right there and it cause problems. So instead, we're just
that car in good shape for me? I hope the interior's clean, dude. You have zero chance of making zero.
So I prefer the bumper camera. Everything you see on the screen is important because it's still ahead of you. Pretty much all the other cameras are showing you a lot of pixels that are already behind your car, or at least out of the frustrum you're completely worried about. Threading the needle in that shortcut there.
I'm coming for you.
Nikolai, I want your Camaro. was a shortcut there, but I'm just going to go on the road. So a couple races ago, I was making a lot of mistakes and having head-on collisions and stuff. I'm trying to focus and present a better example race. You drive through the mall, that's how you do it. So I wonder how many races we need to do before I get that. Oh, only 2. So halfway there to winning his Camaro. So next race in the series.
See you there.
Back a little bit, sort of intentionally, to get a good slipstream off of it.
Crazy American!
Right, whatever.
I knew it. You're scared to drive fast. Exactly like a woman.
Inappropriate. Okay, I think this is the first time we've been on the freeway in the game. Imagine that. All this time in Los Angeles and never getting on the freeway yet.
Now you get confident, huh? It's good for me.
Felt like that might not have been the right turn to make, but let's see how it goes. He's going to come up here on the right. Yep.
What have you done?
See if we can catch it. That was not necessarily the indicated route on the map, but I think it was definitely faster. Whew, that was close. That was closer than things.
Lucky break for you.
Let it go. Okay. think there's only a few more checkpoints. Just like driving in real life. Okay, finish.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, come for me, but I think even if he passed us right now, we could still slipstream and make it. So as long as there's no catastrophic failure, I think we got this one. And that also means we win the Camaro. Woohoo! Awesome. Sweet. So we've earned our first car.
Now I'll have to buy myself another car. So what? You can pick this up from Kel's garage.
Okay, so I'm actually going to go to the garage and switch to his car. See if there's some upgrades we can do to it. Paint it black. Standard procedure. It's also really nice being able to just warp to the garage after each race if you wanted to. Okay, so manage vehicles. Switch between that and the Camaro. So here we get a little performance indicator. So yeah, I mean, there's just no comparison. Even if I had upgraded the acceleration all the way, it would be pretty much at the level that I'm at now. So here's a good example where we've got a Group 1 car, or if it was upgraded the entire way, would pretty much equal the base level for the Group 2 car. So we're going to switch to our first Group 2. Customize. Performance shop. So it's already got exhaust, nitrous, and tires probably. Yep. So that's already been done. Thanks, Nikolai. So pretty much all I'm going to do is paint it. And instead of matte, I'd like to do metallic. Black. And there's all sorts of paint options and stuff as far as color shift and pearlescence and stuff like that that are cool. But for what I'm doing right now, I'm not going to really get into that too much. So let's see, is there anything on the suspension that we can do for the ride height? Interior, exterior. So now I'm even forgetting where wheels and the suspension offsets come in. Okay. So we could change the dimensions. There we go, ride height. Okay, so let's drop. It won't let me go down below stock right now. For now, that's good enough. So let's see how this Camaro feels. The other cool thing when you do a jump like that from one car type to another is the AI still expects you to be in the other vehicle, so you do get a little bit of a headroom period where...
Buck, you seen what I can do out there? Where's the real action at?
Homie, all I'm seeing is a whole lot of average. Little league stuff. You need to start showing some range. Spreading your wings. You feel me?
No. What are you talking about?
You're a one-trick pony, homie. I've seen what you drive. You're not gonna get no respect in LA if you can't handle tuners and muscle cars.
Well, it's a nice thing we got a muscle car.
There's nothing I can't drive.
Well, prove it, player. Race some tuners and some muscle cars. Maybe then we can talk about the real action.
Okay, so let's see what's on the map. already feel how much faster it is than the 240. Okay, so you should be right there. Oh, excuse me, lady. So you can't hit the pedestrians. It's impossible.
Y'all already know I'll be the first on the scene.
Okay, the race to the start. Another thing that's nice about going up in class is that you get another nitrous charge. So now we have 2 in this car as opposed to the 1 that we had in the 248.6. He's going that way. I think we want to go to the left here. See the beacon on the horizon there. Shouldn't be a real problem. Yeah, I think our round is definitely a little bit better than his. Oh, this car is so much faster. Oops. Missed my turn. Running both nitrous at the end to win it. Love that.
Don't waste your time. I got nothing but time, player.
Okay, let's go.
See me, punk?
How you like that?
That's a little tough.
Do you racing or sightseeing, dog?
Maybe not the best using the slipstream, but still made it. Charge me up.
Dangerous fool!
Look, we're in the valley, I think.
You really think you're doing something?
Oh, just saw that one coming. Okay, I'm not sure that's going to be recoverable. Let's see what we can do. Good thing is they're all bunched up, so maybe if they make a mistake.
Need to step your game up, kid!
again, out in front. For the moment.
Don't be hitting my property!
Sorry about that. Pretty good.
Let's see how long you stay there. Get up and right.
He made a mistake too. He flipped out. At least got spun. Pretty good. What's up, Connor? Awesome. Okay, next race in the series. I think this is going to be the 6th race. So that was a good example of the way the AI is supposed to work. If you fall behind, they're supposed to have target distances that they maintain from one another, so that you can sort of chain, flipstream, and get back up to the front. And that felt good. I mean, I made a catastrophic fail getting off the freeway there, but was able to win it back and didn't feel cheap. Felt like I had to really work for it. Taxi cab to slow down. Oh, hey, buddy. Let me get a little charge. Thank you. Okay, cool. Also looks like we're getting towards dawn time of day, so we should get a little bit better visibility. I don't know how it's coming through on the stream. I can see pretty fine as far as the gamma setting on the projector, but I don't know what it looks like on the screen. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on. I'm not sure that was the best place to use the nitrous, but I felt like I needed to get back up to speed or else they passed me.
You ain't gonna be there forever, man.
No problem. Doing pretty good. Okay, so that was 2 out of 6, I think. Or really? I thought there were 6 races in the series. Oh, I think it was just the points. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, cool. So sorry guys, I haven't been really looking at the chat very much in between races. So if you do have questions or anything, let me know. Be happy to talk about stuff on the game or racing in general. Or
You got mad lucky, fool!
did not get lucky. That was sick. Okay, we got nobody who's an exclamation point.
Pete, why don't you go ahead and lose my number?
Come on, I thought we were friends. You up for a race?
Yeah, Pete, let's race. So this is one of the ones where I get to choose what we want it to be. So ordered, circuit, landmark. Landmark's like a point, you know, just one destination. Circuit's got multiple laps. I don't think we've even done a circuit race so far in career. So let's do that. Let's say I like the freeway, so let's do that one. 2 laps, medium, dynamic time of day. Let's do dawn.
Cool. See you there.
I hope you don't start crying, son.
Okay, so this is one of the South Central DLC races. And it's just integrated right in career like that. South Central was one of the DLC packs. Added a whole section for the city. A bunch of new cars. Obviously races in the new area and the terrain. Yeah, sorry guys. That's the other nice thing about the Camaro. Really handles the impacts a lot better than the 240SX did. It's not quite as fragile. Freeways are so much fun. Yeah, well, on the street there's so much anxiety about, okay, there's 90-degree turns coming and stuff. The freeways are just so nice and smooth. The only problem is the traffic. Once again, just like real.
Confident, I'm on you.
We're still on the first lap. This was a circuit race, remember, so there's 2 laps. It really does feel so much like Los Angeles. It's amazing. Crazy oversteer on the overpass. So it's great. The way, as far as like the driving mechanic, you sort of double tap the throttle, gets it to oversteer and then stick, and sort of steer into it. Okay, so that was the first lap. Got a nice lead. Just focus, stay clear. Should be no significant problem.
Possible street race in progress. Suspects are traveling eastbound on Beverly Boulevard, Cross Street, Vermont. Code 3.
Vermont.
Maybe the cops want to
I
call
don't think the cop would be coming down the wrong way like that. That was the best.
He's getting on the 405 freeway at Sunset Boulevard.
So hopefully the cops will just bug him.
Suspect is going south on Sepulveda.
I'm on the freeway, man.
Lincoln 410-4.
Not on Sepulveda.
Suspect not in sight. This is a class scene in the Crenshaw district.
3 out of 510-4.
I'm gonna loop around and check the area, over.
You do that, Oscar.
All units be advised, officers lost visual on suspect.
So on the mini-map, you'll see like there's those little gas pumps. Those indicate the gas stations. So if you're conscious of it and you remember where they are and stuff, you can sort of utilize your nitrous, drive through the gas station to fill it back up. It can be a pretty big advantage.
Lincoln 4.
Lincoln 4, go ahead.
I'm involved in pursuit. Vehicle is a Chevy Impala. Suspect turned east on 105, approaching 110 freeway. Responding
The
code
cops are
3.
calling in the opponent.
Copy that.
Don't worry about the Camaro out in front.
Heading north, approaching the 110.
Fire me, copy that.
Feel it, he's using nitrous.
Here, it looks like a big
Yeah, I see
box
him.
up
I
ahead.
see
I don't
him.
want to get pinched. And there we go. We win. Awesome. I like it when you see the flame from the nitrous at the end. Okay. So if you pause, you move the stick, you can go into this cool photo mode. Take action shots and stuff like that. Look, I'm so aggressive. Take a photo, and upload it, save it. So this was like one of the really early integrations for the Rockstar Social Club. So you could go online on your PC and download the photos that you snapped in the game. It's pretty cool. So just a little feature demonstration there.
What you got for me?
There's some races on the other side of Hollywood you might be interested in. It's a very different scene over there.
What? You mean they can actually drive?
Compared with you? Yes. It's all relative. Look, just go run some of the races and call me when you're done.
I see you're in another great mood today. Where's this happening?
Beverly Hills. Let's see if you can handle those guys.
Okay, looks like we're near Beverly Hills anyway, so let's oh, they're up behind. Okay. Look for the next opportunity to exit the freeway. Okay, let's go find these guys in Beverly Hills. So the nighttime's pretty, but it's so much easier to see during the day. Moving through the traffic like it's no big deal. There's a cop up there to the left. Okay, so where's this hang out? There it is. What's up, guys?
What's this loser doing in Beverly Hills?
Okay. Series.
See you at the start then. Bring your A-game.
Yeah. What up? I hope you know what you're getting
soup.
Don't worry, I'm ready. It's just you I can't take seriously.
Nice power slide. Yeah, see, if you look at the mini-map where those guys just came through, that actually works for this race. So you can do some pretty aggressive shortcuts. Still clear the checkpoints. Oh, look, another Rockstar Club. Yeah, pedestrian.
Hey, you're winning. Concentrate now. Don't mess it up.
Thanks for the words of encouragement. I guess that was one of the pet peeves I did have, was so much of the opponent voiceover is so critical and so negative, especially if somebody's struggling with the game. Telling them repeatedly that, gosh darn it, you suck, really isn't the best reinforcement. I feel sad for people who didn't play the game very much just because they were struggling, getting beat down, and being told by the game that they were not very good. Okay, now he's rough, but we'll recover. So this is a circuit race, or this is a checkpoint race. It's not a circuit. I don't get to reset my nitrous into lap or anything.
I can't believe you haven't crashed yet.
I did crash, kinda. Yeah, there was an alley shortcut there, but I think it would have been a lot better. But stay on Ventura, here we should be good.
He takes the win.
Another first place, feeling good. Okay. Next race in the series, we're making progress.
I'll see you at the start.
So somebody in the chat was asking about how to get into the video game industry. Honestly, the best advice I can give anybody who wants to make games is to make games. Especially nowadays, there's so many tools that you could use that are effectively free. But even 5 or 10 years ago, or 10 years ago, Jesus, 5 years ago, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars for physics engines and graphics. Nowadays, seriously, Unreal, Unity, you can do really good production value games for not very much development cost. So if you're interested in games, make games. They don't have to be good. That's another thing that I've talked to a lot of people who get hung up on is they want their first project to be awesome. It's like, make a simple game. Make a Connect 4. Make a, some puzzle or something straightforward that's been made before. It doesn't have to be the original. But learn about the process and how to complete a project and get through adversity, because nothing's going to go as smooth as it seems. But working on games is a really, really challenging field. And if you can persevere on an individual project or do something with your friends, that really shows that you've got aptitude and potential. I remember, going through resumes and stuff and seeing people who had, strong education, good background, but hadn't really actually done any projects. and comparing those against people who say, here's the prototype I made, here's the thing you can download and actually play. Those people, at least in my recollection, always got much more attention. Oops. What's going on, Ian?
Look at you, man. You're all over the place.
Okay, there's a shortcut there that I missed. I wonder if the AI are going to take it yet. Did. Let's check out oversteer. I missed those guys. Hey, come back, buddy. Okay, we're going to go through the hotel here. Made up a little time.
I'm just waiting for the wipeout.
Right before the end of the race. Okay, so that was disappointing.
Not cool, man.
I had that one in the bag until that collision. But it's a series. I think we can recover first place, second place. As long as that guy doesn't win in the next race, we're golden. So another thing I just wanted to talk about a little bit is racing in the real world. I encourage anyone to find the local Sports Car Club of America chapter wherever you live and get involved in autocrosses or other grassroots motorsports. It's an excellent thing to get involved with as far as getting a sense of the way cars really behave, especially if you have a performance or a sports car. There's lots of people that are known and I've worked with that have cool cars, and there's this perception that the handling is going to be awesome or it drives like it's on rails just because it's something exotic. But the reality is a high-performance car can lose control a lot more easily than most people think. Autocross, high-performance driving events and stuff like that really taught me a lot about healthy respect. And, I don't drive aggressively on the street nearly as much as I did when I was a teenager, but I've been autocrossing regularly here in San Diego for, 15 years. And I've been the regional champion at least 4 times in various classes. But it's a really good thing to get involved with. I love racing. I love racing games. I really enjoy driving the real cars that I've owned. And getting out and having an opportunity to do it in an environment where it's safe. The whole impetus for the events is not only just having fun with the cars, but being safe and, if you're going to spin out, having space to do it. And, God forbid you have a situation like that where you lose control on the road. It's at least really good to know what to expect or where the vehicle is going to end up. Maybe you can't save it, but at least you can anticipate and improve your chances of not having as bad a situation as you could. So that's my 2 cents about autocross and real race. Just go do it. The SCCA is a national organization. Here in San Diego, we have a pretty vibrant chapter, and a couple hundred people come out for each event. If you go to the internet, look up Sports Car Club of America, you can find easily the national organization, and hopefully there's a region near you. We're also lucky in San Diego. We have a pretty active BMW club, Porsche club, you don't even have to own those cars to participate in their events. And it's a real blast. If you go to YouTube and you search for Robertsmania, you'll find a lot of the videos. I try and post from most of the events that I go to, the in-car telemetry and video log of my laps. It's a little ghetto, but basically what I do is I put a cell phone on the rearview mirror, strapped on with a couple rubber bands. And there's a cool app called Track Addict that uses the telemetry sensors in the phone. As far as the GPS, almost did not win that. Look at that! That's an awesome finish. I wonder if I can pause right away. Yeah, look at that chunk. That's worthy of a screenshot, I think. Let's see if I can find a good frame. Yeah, that's good. Snaps photo. Save it. So, there we go. I love that. And then you can go, on the internet from a real computer, download your photo. It's pretty cool. 2008, folks. We were doing progressive things. Okay, so that 2 first places and a second place shouldn't have any problem. I think I remember this race too. I used the nitrous there and then drove through the gas station to replenish it, so effectively that was a free nitrous. And this is a circuit race, so we'll have 2 laps.
Someone's about to soil their diaper.
The other thing you can do, I'm not going to bother to do it right now, but if the opponent voiceovers bother you, there is an actual setting in the audio where you can turn down the opponent so you don't even hear their criticism. Just focus on doing the personal best. Feel good about what you're doing. Don't listen to their criticism. Those are dangerous things here on 3rd Street Promenade. Those center
Is that the best
planters.
you can do? I'm still in 2nd gear here.
Okay, so that's the end checkpoint right there for the first lap. Nitrous, but that was a little sloppier. Wow, this soundtrack really brings me back. And it's amazing when you work on a game and you hear the in-game sound effects and the songs and stuff all the time. And then years go by and you don't hear them.
I can't believe you haven't crashed yet.
That was just poor. Enough room in the race, I don't think I'll have any problem catching back up. It's a more catastrophic fail. Definitely going to be quiet for a minute and try to focus on this because I want to make sure I want to see the series. said those were rough, but at least I didn't get it stopped completely.
What are you doing? Time for sightseeing later.
Yeah. Again, that's so rewarding when you get to do a slipstream like that, pull back through the last couple of opponents, win a race when you were behind. Feels good. Really feels good. Cool. So I won, or I beat that hangout. Completed my other challenge.
How did that happen?
Fine.
You must be more surprised than anyone.
No, I was pretty confident that's gonna happen.
Look, what's going on?
Not much.
Okay, now we have the opportunity to win a Focus SVT.
Way
It's not
too
quite
much
the
information.
car I would choose, but it's really valuable to win cars so you can sell them for parts and stuff like that. So we'll go do that.
What does he drive?
A Ford Focus. That's about all you're ready
Focus.
for.
Now what you know about my city, that's tic-tac. Hustle to get stacks, fail, get laughed at. Here, I hear the chit-chat.
The next time the police do show up, I'll show you guys how it works when you it's funny, if you get pulled over, you have the opportunity to run. You get like a in-car dash cam view from the police car where they pull up and get out and walk up. And, I want to do this race, so there is a cop up there, but I'm not going to antagonize him. What I meant to do. Accidentally hit the nitrous thing. Okay. So cops are too close. We don't get the race to the event. Hello, Black Fox. I think we just got another viewer. A few people hanging in there. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you have questions or anything in the chat, certainly hit me up. Most of it, I'm just having fun playing this game. I haven't played this for years. Risk-reward thing for the gas stations is if you hit the pumps, they explode. So you gotta be careful. So this is one of the first races I think we've really had in the hills. So I grew up in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Feliz. My girlfriend in high school lived in Santa Monica. I used to drive back and forth across town. And a lot of the time, the best way to get between those two parts of the city were up over Mulholland Drive on the crest there, the mountains that go through the middle of the city. It was so much fun. And as a teenager, I had a little Alfa Romeo Spider. Awesome car. Really, really, just amazing handling. Certainly no muscle car, but it definitely could hold its own when the roads got twisty. Fun fact, I still have that Alfa Romeo. It's still a blast to drive. Actually, it's in better condition mechanically and stuff now than ever. It's not what I drive every day, but it's a fun project and sort of hobby car to have. That was unfair, guy. I'm gonna burn my other nitrous, try and catch up. Maybe I can fix him off. Or find a gas station to go through. Remember how much more we have in this race. It's not a circuit, so there's only so many checkpoints left to try and catch up. was a good example. I should have taken a shortcut. Saw that coming and tried to avoid it, but still think I got hit on. Okay, and then the end of the race, so unless he makes a mistake. Ooh. Visually confusing the entrance for that shortcut. It looks like he did make a mistake. Where is he? Okay, so we didn't win. Good job, Marcel.
What?
Okay, but there's 2 races, so let's see how it goes. There he goes.
Time to get serious.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Why don't you just go home, eh?
Come on, back and focus. Line it up here. BPM almost exactly on time.
You almost look like you knew what you were doing.
There should be another shortcut right here. Probably not the best way to keep the lead.
Be careful, imbecile!
Just a tap.
That's what we make that out. That's pretty sloppy.
You need to get it together.
I do need to get it together. It's going to focus. Fail looking at the minimap. That probably cost me the race. there's the garage.
You need to get it together.
Whew. Barely pulled it out. Now those are the kind of finishes that are fun. Okay, so I won one, lost one. What's it gonna do? Okay, here we go. So somebody in the chat was just commenting on the whole PC version thing. Yeah, I was really surprised that blew up as much as it did. You know, I wish there were PC versions of all the games that I've worked on, because Midnight Club 2 was the first project I ever worked on, and we did do a PC version of it, and it's available today. You can go to Steam, download it. It actually plays well enough on a modern computer. You know, plug a controller in, don't try and do it with a keyboard. But it's an awesome, you know, thing to still be able to look back on that. But it feels like the other games in the series are sort of lost because, you know, they're for consoles that are effectively retired now. You know, unless you keep your PlayStation 2 up. And even then, it's like they don't even have HDMI or contemporary video options that you can plug it into your TV. But, you know, somebody was talking about, ooh, it would be cool to stream Midnight Club 3 dub edition and stuff, and that's absolutely true. I would love that. But on the Xbox One, or the original Xbox, and the PlayStation 2, you know, the best you could do is component video, not even progressive scan. So I'm sure there is, like, you know, analog video capture magic available somewhere to do that, but oops. You know, it's not as easy as if you just had HDMI or a PC version to keep up with equipment.
You are doing well.
So yeah, I did get some, you know, feedback offline on that whole thing about RDR and the PC version. You know, I never meant to be critical or anything. I wish there was a PC version, but it was not meant to be at the time, and you know, that game came out 5 years ago, so you're still holding on for a PC version. I'm really sorry to disappoint you, but there were also, you know, articles. Rockstar was pretty clear about that in 2011. They talked about that there wasn't going to be a PC version. So, just disclaimer, it wasn't, you know, leaking any information or anything that wasn't already out in the public domain. Oops. Oh. Okay, that was just... And that's the end of the race. I'm not going to be able to catch him. Unless he has, like, some catastrophic fail.
You are struggling a bit, oui?
Yeah. Not good enough. Disappointing. Series lost. Okay, so I've unlocked Group 2 vehicles, even though I've been driving one for a while. I couldn't buy them from the garage until now.
I told you you would lose.
So let's go see what Group 2 vehicles are available. I'm enjoying this Camaro, but there might be something more fun.
Hey, Carol, what's up?
There's some time trials set up in Hollywood. You interested?
Yeah, I'll do a time trial in Hollywood, but let me go see if I can find a new car first.
Yeah, that's why I thought of you. At least with time trials, you hang on to your ride when you lose.
Losing's not something I need to worry about.
You live in a dream world, my friend. Check it out. You need to practice. There's a guy down by MacArthur Park who'll give you the details.
Okay, go to garage. Vehicle showroom. Wow. It's amazing when you haven't seen a UI for a long time. Bugatti. I wish I had $14,000. I wonder though, if I sold one of my cars. Such sweet rides. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the Camaro for now. I haven't really been paying attention to the reward screen, so I unlocked any other performance upgrades. Let's take a look. So, customize, performance shop. Nope, still just the exhaust, nitrous, and tires. So Red Dead Revolver was going on in the studio when I joined, back around the turn of the century. I was working on Midnight Club 2, and the studio at that time was Angel Studios. We were still an independent developer. And they had contracts with Rockstar, Capcom, Infogrames, quite a few publishers actually. You know, sometimes the studio would be juggling as many as 4 projects at a time. You know, it's the kind of thing where at that time there was a team working on Red Dead Revolver for Capcom. I knew a bunch of the people on that team. Actually, I knew a couple of the guys before I even got into video games. We sort of ran in some similar circles and stuff. We had a lot of common friends, but we didn't actually know each other very well. But they were on Red Dead Revolver, and it seemed like it was a really fun project, but pretty crazy. The vision Capcom had for it seemed like it was constantly changing. They had a designer, at least 1 or 2, sort of stationed from Japan in San Diego to work with the team. And from what I recall, they would change the direction for the project constantly. You know, sometimes it was, okay, it's going to be a real serious game. Other times it's going to be really silly. Concept art of characters that were just wacky. But eventually, I mean, I wasn't involved, so I'd take anything I say like with a grain of salt. But what I understood was that eventually Capcom effectively pulled out, and Rockstar ended up walking away. Diego Angel was the guy who ran Angel Studios, and he was an amazing negotiator and business person. So he was able to get pretty much all the milestones paid up through the development we had done. We got to keep the intellectual property and all the assets and stuff from the project. And then they spent the next 9 months or so building a game out of that stuff. And I don't think it bore much resemblance to what Capcom was trying to do, but it was a good opportunity to make something with effectively a lot of development work that had already been completed. So, no, I didn't work on Red Dead Revolver, the first one. That time I was working on Midnight Club 2, but those were crazy days. Okay, so this is a time trial where I'm supposed to beat just a time. It's a solo race. I'm going to focus and see if I can pull it out. Thank you, headlights. Oh, looking at the checkpoint for the oncoming traffic. So it's funny, when you get that kind of massive collision and the camera pops out, you're still in control. And you can steer and try and get the car oriented properly. Sort of cinematic that we tried to, do the whole camera pull and stuff. I don't know if you've seen, but if we're in active or action camera, and you do a nitrous, like pulls up next to the side and stuff. most of the time I prefer driving just in a bumper camera so that everything I see is what's important and still in front of the car. But we were pretty progressive, I think, for the way the vehicle physics was fed directly into the camera system, so that there's limits and damping that would happen on the motion of the camera that was based on what the vehicle was doing. It's always a challenge with racing games to convey the sense of speed and momentum and force that are involved.
You kidding me?
I think that big collision made its way. Did not make it. I'm going to try it one more time. I think this is the first time in this whole career that I've redone a race, but let's race again. So I think if I can avoid having head-on collision like I did, should be no problem. Good burnout at the start. But at least I didn't come to a dead stop. And that was a pretty big fail in the last attempt, so hopefully if I can just keep it reasonably clean, I'll have a problem. Reasonably clean of the rear end. Headlights were on the last time. It's this intersection coming up that I had the big spin out. No problem this time. Pretty bad. Not as bad. Let's use the nitrous to get back up to speed. Still got 11 seconds. I think I can make it. No problem. Cool. So, not as clean as I would like it to be, but I'm not going to comment about the driving in GTA. And it's funny because a lot of people always said, Midnight Club just uses the driving physics engine from Grand Theft Auto and it's reskinned and blah blah blah, and that was absolutely not the case. But it was amazing how, like, my first project was Midnight Club 2, and at that time it was pretty early. It seemed, we had Xbox was just coming out, the PlayStation 2 had really good success with Gran Turismo, and Midtown Madness was an Angel Studio Games that they did for Microsoft. It was a PC-only title. That was the first vehicle driving game, I think, that the engine did. By the time we did Midnight Club 2, it had already shipped Midtown Madness, Smuggler's Run, Midnight Club 1, and those were all, non-trivial driving games. And it's funny because Angel Studios did an amazing job of taking the stuff that they would do specifically for a project, dusting it off, and making it so that they could keep core libraries that actually exhibited software reuse. And it was funny because in my first career as a general garden variety software developer, everybody talked about reuse and doing things generically and making it so that you're not reinventing the wheel all the time. But in practice, that almost never happened. And so it was really, amazing when I got to Angel and could see that, we're working on Midnight Club 2, but this engine has already shipped several serious racing games. And at the time, I think they were also doing Test Drive Off-Road and the next Smuggler's Run and stuff. So they did a really, really good job of keeping the system together and making it so that they could leverage the previous success in the projects and stuff. And again, that was another just amazing thing that Diego Angel was able to do as far as negotiating and working with multiple publishers at the same time. So when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, that's sort of when the acquisition happened and Angel Studios became Rockstar San Diego. But good times. Okay, so I think I am going to try and do this Marcel race again. I think I could do it. Made too many mistakes in the last attempt. Or actually, here's a police car. We'll do the run from the cops. Hey, police car.
Can we do this some other time, guys?
Okay, so if I pull over before he's too upset, he should give me a ticket. So here he comes. He's walking up.
Update my 20.
Bye-bye.
The expression on his face.
That's great. I even got an achievement for it.
10-4. All units move in to assist.
Okay, so losing the cops can be a real pain. The easiest way to do it is to get a couple turns ahead of them. So generally, a workable strategy is to find a small block and sort of do a circuit, unless, of course, you got more police coming the other way. But I think this one up here with the shortcut works.
3 out of 5, I've joined the pursuit, over.
So once they lose line of sight, they start searching. The bad news is they're actually really effective. When they're searching, they remember the last place that they saw you, so they'll go there, and then they'll sort of branch out and look around in the neighborhoods. The other problem that makes it really challenging is that new cop cars will spawn in. I think we only have 3 in the world at any time. So to make it seem like there's a bigger police presence, they'll spawn. And the logic, I think, for where and how they appear was not very forgiving for the player.
Suspect is using nitrous. Yeah, I see him. I lost him.
Yeah, so they lost me. Now if I get around this turn, down here, I should be good.
Just like last seen near the Sunset Strip. I'm gonna circle back and see if I can't find him, over.
Yeah, you do that. Okay, so now the challenge is, see how a couple of them are disappearing? They'll spawn in, and they can spawn like right near you, so it's kind of unfair. Police are searching. If you just nudge the throttle, this is one of the other things that I think was a really cool feature but was kind of hidden. If you just nudge the throttle, it automatically drives you whatever the speed limit is on the road you're on. So if you're trying to avoid pissing the police off, you can just sort of blend in with traffic. But unfortunately, I don't think we ever effectively communicated that to the player, so as a driving mechanic.
Units on scene code 4. Shift supervisor is requesting you remain on alert in the area.
Sarge
you
is
guys
gonna
remain
be
alert.
angry at you. What you got for me, Carol?
Some advice which you'll probably ignore, but whatever. I'm feeling nice. Hopefully you've realized by now there's all sorts of drivers out there. Some good like me, some bad like you. The tougher the opponent, the more money and rep you earn.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so I think we're going to take Marcel. There's no cops around, so we'll probably get a race to the... Hey, buddy.
you do. I'll wait for you there.
There's the checkpoint in the distance. Let me see. Okay, that was just unfortunate. Okay, we didn't win the race to the start, but that doesn't really matter.
No! You ready for this, or do you want to surrender?
Surrender? You? Man, give me a break.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and do better. This is the second time I've tried to do Marcel's circuit. Last time I just had a couple of catastrophes. I think I won twice and lost twice, and in that situation where it's